Welcome to Consumer Update. I'm Kelly Lightbourne. Thanks so much for joining us today. You know, you've seen his commercials. If you've shopped locally for a new car in the last 12 years, you've likely visited one of his showrooms. And many, and I mean many of you, have purchased or leased a new car from his Hyundai of Newport Richey dealership. Why do I say that? Because Hyundai of Newport Richey is the largest volume Hyundai dealership in the United States. And joining us today is Scott Fink, who is the CEO and president of Hyundai of Newport Richey and Hyundai, Chevrolet, and Mazda of Wesley Chapel. Well, welcome to the show and congratulations.
Well, thank you, Kelly.
That's a pretty big deal.
Well, we think it's a pretty big deal. Thanks for having me here today. We're very excited.
So I'm going to dig right in. What's the secret? Why are you the #1 dealership?
Well, I can't really tell you the secret, Kelly. But what I will tell you, the key to our successes is the fact that we put our consumers first. Many businesses say they'll do that.
Yep.
Many dealerships say they'll do that, but they'll put their profitability targets first. We will actually put the needs of the consumer first. And these consumers have become vocal advocates for our business. So with all the advertising and marketing we do, it's great, but it's really the consumers that drive our sales.
Well, clearly, I mean, the numbers say it all. They speak for themselves, which is fabulous. Okay, so I come down to your dealership. What am I going to see that's different? What's the feeling there? Because I know you guys are special.
Well, I think the feeling you'll get when you walk in any one of our dealerships is a feeling of warmth and embrace. We're all about the consumer. We're all about listening to the consumer. So we're not salespeople per se. We're there to find a vehicle that suits your needs. People don't go to car dealerships for fun. They usually have a motivation in mind. They need something. So whether you're a mom with kids and you need a bigger vehicle, or whether you're an empty nester now and you want a smaller vehicle, we're there to listen and solve your automotive problems.
See, and I think that's distinctly different than a lot of dealerships, because you come in and sometimes, you know, they have the old saying about you're going to a car dealer, you know, and you have to deal with that. And with your dealership, it's not like that. You are actually there for the consumers.
We are there.
Which is something different.
We are there for the consumers, and we're there to help, and we're there about building a presence in the community far beyond what happens in our showroom.
Now, you guys have a philosophy, too, that you stand by. What is that?
Well, we have a couple of kind of key philosophies, but we coined a phrase called no boundaries. Okay. And what that means is we don't put parameters around the number of vehicles we're going to sell or the amount of resources that we're going to use to satisfy a customer. We will do anything and everything we can to maximize the opportunities that are presented to us on an each and every daily basis.
See, and that's, like I said, I've never heard of a dealership that does that at all. You know, usually you come in and you are a number, and they have these stats that they have to do by the end of the month.
Exactly.
But there's no pressure.
And we
really no pressure car buying.
We really got into that many years ago, and I had a conversation with a banker who asked me how many cars I was going to sell about 8 months before I ever opened the dealership. And I learned right there, I was like, I have no idea, but what I will tell you is we're going to sell as many cars as we can. We're going to satisfy as many customers as we can. We're going to build as many relationships as we can each and every day. That's why we get up and go to work. It's not about the profits. It's about being part of our community, satisfying customers, and building a large owner base.
Now, you've mentioned it twice. You've used the word community. You are actually involved in the community, which is incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because you don't see that very often. Sure,
absolutely. Well, I want to say it's not only myself, but my entire organization. Our success is predicated by our customers, and our customers are our community. And we understand the value of giving back to the community. Yeah. So we're involved in a number of things. A couple of things we do. Each vehicle that we sell, we peel off some dollars and put it in a charitable account.
Really?
So last year at Hyundai of Newport Richey, we gave away about $200,000 in the local community.
Wow.
And Kelly, that can be anything from sponsoring a little league team to sending a little girl to a pageant when her parents didn't have the resources to do that, to buying equipment for the football team, to helping fund a project for Metropolitan Ministries in our community.
So it's really need-based.
It is need-based.
No, that's fabulous. Well, tell us a little bit about the dealerships, because you don't have one. Tell us about all the different types of cars that you offer.
Sure. So Hyundai of Newport Richey is our flagship store, if you will. We also have a Hyundai store, a Mazda store, and a Chevrolet store in Wesley Chapel. And I was just awarded the opportunity to represent Volkswagen in Wesley Chapel. And for those listening today, know anything about the Pasco County market, all the growth is in that Wesley Chapel market, and we're excited about what the future holds there.
Right.
A lot of population growth, a lot of development, a lot of folks moving in, and we see long-term great potential for sales there.
Listen, and you're really about serving the needs of the community. So you're seeing a need and you're building another dealership.
Absolutely.
Which is great.
Yeah, we're excited.
So tell us a little bit about how can people find you? Can they go online, or what's the easiest way for them to kind of shop? Because I know I'm a at-home shopper first, and then I come to the dealership.
Well, sure. Our website is HyundaiGiant.com, and everything's linked through that Hyundai Giant website. And what I'll say, and you mentioned about being an online shopper, about 85 to 90% of our consumers have already done most of their work online.
Right, yeah.
They've found the car they want, they've investigated the pricing, and it really makes the transaction for the consumer far easier. Not only for the consumer, frankly, but for us. So everybody's feeling comfortable, they know exactly what they want. Now it's about getting all the financing done, getting the paperwork done, and getting the consumer on their way.
No, I'm assuming the atmosphere for car buying has changed because of the internet, which is fabulous. We come in, we're educated, makes your job easier, because you can really focus on making sure that we're making the right decision when we come in.
Clearly, you know, at the onset of the internet, many people thought that was going to be the end of brick and mortar, just like they thought that stores would go away and people would sit at home and just buy stuff. And in many degrees, people do that, but it also has enhanced the in-store shopping experience. What it's done for the auto industry is it's made us as dealers be better, because we know you as a consumer, you're armed with information now. So that's complete transparency. Now it's about, okay, I'm listening to you, I know exactly what you want, I'm going to get you exactly what you want.
And obviously you're doing that. So one last question. What would you like our viewers to know about you? Like, what do you want them to take from this? Besides community, because I've got that.
Well, I would say that Hyundai of Newport Richey, Hyundai, Mazda, and Chevrolet of Wesley Chapel, we're a family-owned business, we're locally owned, we're here doing business within the community. You will get a great shopping experience, and Florida's lowest prices always guaranteed.
Well, there you go. Thanks again for joining us. Plumbing, as long as it works, well, we're all happy. But what about when it doesn't? What do you do? Who do you call? Well, we'll have the answer to those questions and others when we come back.